welcome to Urban Goes Green. I hope everyone's well out there. I've got a really special guest here today. His name's Omid Jafari.
Hello, Emily. How are you?
Hi, very well. So we're actually running a raw food feast tomorrow night, and Omid's going to be the chef for the feast. And maybe tell us a little bit about how it all has come together.
Wow. Well, it's coming together.
Yes.
Nicely. We've got the set, and we organising the set. We've got the menu together, and we're basically preparing all the 4 dishes that's going to be served tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. So maybe go back a few steps. How long have you been in Melbourne for?
I've been in Melbourne for just over a year.
Mm-hmm. And you've been developing some really interesting projects here.
We've been developing the Botanic Cuisine Academy, which is basically what we're trying to do is educate chefs around Australia, raw chefs, people who are interested in plant-based cuisine.
Raw food to me is really fascinating. And
to me as well.
And I think what you're actually doing with it is really exciting because you've got a really good approach to it. It's about enjoyment and pleasure and beauty.
Definitely.
And maybe you could go into a little bit more detail about what raw food is and where you're coming from with it.
Well, raw food is basically, not cooking your food so that the enzymes are still alive in the food. And so we don't heat produce over 41 degrees or 45, depending, on your philosophy. And it's basically anything that's organic, raw, cold pressed, basically going back to how things used to be, natural.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing basically is that I've taken it a little bit further by making it really a plant-based cuisine by adding a lot of heirloom produce, seasonal, organic, local, and a lot of flowers, edible flowers, and reducing the nuts and the seeds that are based in the recipes.
It's interesting. So maybe just for a bit of insight for people, what is the menu tomorrow? Or maybe go into a bit of detail about one of the dishes.
Well, at the moment we are preparing a dish called Winter in the Box, and basically it's kind of like a quiche but without a crust. So every little elements that are going to be inside the box have to be done individually. We have to prepare them, marinate them, dehydrate them, which actually intensifies the flavor. A traditional quiche, you just put it in there and you could be done with it by 35 minutes, whereas the Winter in the Box is actually taking us around about 45 hours to prepare. So, when you're preparing a dish for that long, it really is going to add to the flavor and the texture that you're going to get.
And it's beautiful the way that you lay it out. So.
And the way we're putting it together is going to look beautiful because obviously visual is very important.
Yes.
We eat with our eyes, so.
Yeah. So, on that note, maybe we should get back to
That's
the kitchen.
right. We got a lot of prep to do. So,
yeah.
yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Omid.
Pleasure.